Alright, we are finally in game. Finally. Na'Vi versus Team Zenith are gonna go up against each other right here in the Alienware Cup of 2013. This is the first season, and as you can see, we are already in the picks and bans. And now, surprisingly, or should I say not surprisingly, even Chinese nowadays do ban the Wisp, and this is mainly due to them actually realizing that Wisp is not a bad pickup, and I guess it's really an influence from the Western scene that came into China, mainly by Alliance, obviously, who did beat the whole of Chinese basically in really convincing manner and just swept through the tournament of G1. And ever since then, they started picking up Wisp more and more. We have seen them in the international Eastern qualifier as well. We've seen some formidable Wisp plays by Miracle with the Blink Dagger. Actually, that is something I've not seen even in the Western scene so far. And yeah, so we will actually see a first ban Wisp as well as Visage and Nuke's Assassin. Visage has been valued by Chinese for a long time. He's a super strong tri-laner and really bursts out a lot of damage and has that really strong ability to counter go. And that is why he's been banned out by Natus Vincere. And Natus Vincere has been playing today already against, I believe it was Orange. And from what I saw, they really had some big problems in one of the games playing against the Visage and got swept off their feet just in a really awful manner. And I guess they learned already from that game, and this is what they're actually doing. They are responding with banning the Visage. So yeah. Visage not going to be in the game. We do see Chen being picked up and Spectrus by Natus Vincere. So Puppy is back in the game, apparently playing Chen more and more nowadays. He has been playing it already once today against Orange in the second game. Did not really prevail, unfortunately, but he's really digging it, that hero, once again. And with Spectra, obviously there's some strong push coming out right there. Spectra has the ability to farm, to push one lane and be in the fight at any given point, just because of the haunt. I mean, that ultimate is a really strong global presence skill. So yeah, we do see Darkseer and Alchemist being picked up for Zenith. And Team Zenith is one of the teams that is very experienced as well. They're a strong contender in the Asian scene in general, and they have been playing strong as well recently. Darkseer is one of those heroes you really need to be aware of in team fights. I mean, one good wall vacuum combo and just shit blows loose. Like, seriously, there is nothing to do against that. Really strong hero regarding clashes. And do tell me, by the way, if there's any issues with the sound. Now, obviously, I cannot tell myself because I cannot listen to myself. But if the stream is somehow has some sound issues or some other issues, just tell me. I will try to fix it, obviously, as soon as possible or immediately. As we do see the second ban stage coming out right here. Enchantress is being banned by Puppy, mainly because Enchantress has that Steel Creep ability, making sort of a Chen a hard hero to play. I mean, basically Chen is just being countered so hard by Enchantress because she's going to take any creep she wants. She has a low CD, low cooldown on her spell, and it really annoys a Chen player to have suddenly a Centaur stolen, and Eng even gets that HP bonus, that health point bonus, and that is a really strong spell in that regard against the Chen. Shadow Demon, one of the strongest supports nowadays in this patch, in this metagame. Being banned out by Natus Vincere as well. They do not want that disruption coming out of Shadow Demon. They do not want that Soul Catcher damage amplification against their possible tri-lane. Really, that is a hero that just makes your tri-lane living hell. And we do see actually Zenith sort of respect banning right here. I mean, I just want you to look at this right there. Storm being banned out right there from Zenith. That is not necessarily one of those bans that is regarded totally in the meta today nowadays, I guess. But we do know that Dandy is playing on Natus Vincere, and even the Chinese do know that, and they certainly have prepared for this match, as you can see, because they have banned out Storm and the Puck. And Puck is one of those heroes that Dandy is really shining on to such a vast degree that every single team playing against that Dandy Puck just, you know, most of the times get raped. Yeah, anyway. So yeah. No Puck for Dandy, apparently, in this game, once again. We will see if he will be able to play that Puck at any point in this Alienware Cup. Obviously, one of those key heroes for Natus Vincere. But they do have one of the key heroes being picked up by Puppy, and it's going to be the Rubik. Rubik with the Telekinesis, with the Fate Bolt, and the Null Field. One of those heroes that really makes a lot of stuff happen. And we do know that Kuroki plays a really outstanding Rubik, and he just is able to spell so many steals in clutch moments, basically, where a huge clash breaks out and he, for example, steals a wall, steals whatever other good spell there is, whatever they need. And that is why Rubik is a really strong pick on Natus Venture, and obviously on any other given team, because once you can steal spells, like for example in this case Darkseer's Vacuum, Iron Shell, even Surge, really nice initiate for Rubik to surge himself up, lift somebody out who's out of position, telekinesis him back, and then the whole follow-up of the team is gonna, you know, just come down, rain on that one hero. Alchemist, Unstable Convocation, obviously a spell that you can steal as well, and if you get that acid spray, you can counter push, you can neglect that whole spell. Same with Jakiro. I mean, Jakiro being picked up after Rubik basically just means that Chinese don't have any other option right now. They do need a strong support, and Jakiro is one of the strong supports, mainly because he has a huge strength pool. He's one of those intelligence heroes that is really buffy, really tanky, and he's able to tank through a lot of damage and has a lot of useful utility spells. And for example, that Ice Path obviously is a really strong stun spell, Dual Breath, and even that pushing power coming out of Liquid Fire, or the Macro Pyre. I mean, those are spells that really work well with the Darkseer as well. The synergy right here in those picks, you can clearly see them. I mean, there is going to be a possible combination coming out of Zenith with a Vacuum, with a wall, with an Unstable Convocation on a vacuumed heroes, and with Unstable Convocation being AoE targeted, basically means that is working well as well. And then the Jakiro, obviously the huge damage per second coming right out there because of the Macro Pyre, because of the Dual Breath, and the follow-up Ice Path just makes you not want to go against them in a team fight, obviously. Natus Venture, however, are going to get the Prophet, and Prophet is one of those heroes that Funnick really likes to play. And when Funnick gets this hero, normally he gets a really fast Midas, no matter what. Let me revise that. He doesn't necessarily get a fast Midas, but he gets the Midas no matter what. Sometimes he has a Midas within 11 minutes, sometimes a really fast one within 7 to 6 minutes to 5 minutes, depending on how much gank there is on the map, how much first blood attempts there is, or how many kills in general. But no matter what, he gets that Hand of Midas and then follows up with a Shadow Blade, just making him one of those feared split pushers, and that is a hero that Funnick really knows how to play, and we will see if he's going to be able to shake off that those first 2 games from today, because he was not playing that strong. He sort of looked like he was really nervous. Not quite sure if that's the case, but I mean, you need to realize this is obviously a LAN tournament, where people sometimes have a lot of pressure on them, and especially China being in China as Natus Venture adds a lot of pressure to them right there.
Zenith's turn to ban.
Yeah. Anyways, just checking the chat right now. Yeah. Okay. So everything seems to be fine with the audio, as we do see Treant Protector making it into the pool of heroes being played in this game. Zenith picking up a Treant Protector. That is a pick that you have not seen a lot in Western Scene as well. Really, I have not seen a game with Treant Protector in the Chinese scene in the last couple of weeks. Now in this tournament, I do believe that he got picked up once already. But obviously I'm not able to follow all games because I have something to do as well in my real life. For example, study. But yeah. So Treant Protector being picked up right here, one of those support heroes that is really coming, or upcoming, I suppose, and he got introduced by Goblek, mainly because he has that living armor, and with that spell you can counter gank any gank, or just prevent a first blood attempt. You can heal up towers, heroes, anywhere on the map. Like, that's just one of those global spells that makes your team really not fall to pieces in the early game. No matter where your team is out of position or whatever, you can heal up one of those people and damage block so much with the living armor. And obviously the overgrowth adds to it, as well as the potential invis ganks from Disguised Nature. So yeah, we will just, wow, we see Dragon Knight coming up for Natus Venture, adding more push power right there. Then you're probably going to play it in the mid lane, and we do see Slark being picked up by Zenith. What on earth am I watching here? This is definitely not a Chinese game. Definitely not Chinese picks that I'm seeing right here. I expected some sort of farm game coming out of Zenith here, and some of the more aggressive plays from Natus Venture in this game. But apparently this is not going to happen in this game, so we will jump ourselves right into the game. We will see that Denny actually picked up the Dragon Knight, and that will mean and he's gonna go into mid lane. He will be facing off against Zenith's Slark. XY playing the Slark. So yeah, I'm gonna go through the lineup really fast. Then he's gonna be playing the Dragon Knight, has tangos and 3 Ironwood branches, so the normal mid lane build. We see Havost on the Spectra, shouting out the good luck, have fun right there. Puppy is obviously gonna be on the Chen, gonna opt into woods, and as it appears that Havost and Kuroki are going to be playing on the top lane with the Chen in the woods, supporting mid lane and supporting top lane. Now the one thing about Kuroki about the Rubik with the Spectre on the lane is that if you play aggressive tri-lane against them, it's going to be hard to get a kill because telekinesis can interrupt any given gank or any given go on your teammate, and it sort of works almost like a fissure of the Earthshaker. I mean, Earthshaker is one of those picks as well that can just disrupt any go, as well as Disruptor, this Shadow Demon obviously with this disruption. Funning is going to be playing the Nature's Prophet, going to go into, well, we'll see. I mean, he can opt to go into the off lane for a bit, but I do not believe that that's going to happen because it's going to be a really hard lane to stand on, especially with Ice on the bottom lane, on the Jakiro with the stun, with NWP on the Alchemist, basically meaning that he's going to opt for unstable communication if he's going to see Nature's Prophet, and that just gives a lot of kill potential right there against the Nature's Prophet. So he will probably just take a peek, try to pull a wave and get some EXP, and then he's going to be heading into the dire jungle for sure. Freedom is going to be on the Trine Protector on the bottom tri-lane. We do see some really aggressive rotation right now from Kuroki picking up the Haste Rune, and we do see that Ice actually is going to get focused down a bit, but there we see it once again. Living Armor going to be popped out right away, and that means Darkseer is going to be fine, not going to take any real damage right there. And so yeah, nice harassment, I guess, but really more or less an effort that is, yeah, I guess a time waste. So yeah, XY on the Slark in the mid lane, and we're gonna see on top lane playing really aggressive. Ice, the captain of Team Zenith, and he knows he has living armor. That's why he's playing. Look how ballsy he's playing. He's being, you know, he's just like, okay, I know I'm against dual lane, but you know what? I don't care. I'm Darkseer. I have living armor, and I can just chase you down with an Iron Shell with living armor because I'm super tanky, and that is why Puppy is already rotating in. It's gonna blast probably one of those Satyr Tormentor blasts into the face of Ice. There we go. A little bit of harassment coming out right there, but there's once again the living armor from Freedom. Freedom gonna be mass healing up, I guess, the whole game. And this nice. Puppy really harassing this guy. He's not. I'm not gonna come farm. I'm just gonna make sure that my carry is gonna stay on lane, gonna be able to farm up. And Chavos right now is sitting at 6 and 3, while we do see that actually Slark has been pulling ahead of him by a little bit. Now, obviously, this is the early game stage where it doesn't matter that much yet right now, as long as everybody is more or less farming up. No carry is being shut down, obviously, because we do not have a tri-lane against a tri-lane, and I guess right now Na'Vi does face the problem that this Prophet is going to have a really hard time right now, sitting at 0 XP, and we do see on the contrary Ice sitting at level 2 already, getting some nice farm with the Iron Shell, sitting already at 3 CS, and that is a huge deal against the dual potential tri-lane right here from Na'Vi, and that is not going well for Na'Vi, but doesn't matter too much as long as Puppy is going to farm up a little bit, going to get a quick mecha up, and is going to proceed to push against Team Zenith, because that is one thing that Zenith is going to have a slight problem with. Unless they rotate all heroes, it's going to be really hard to defend push against Chen, even though they do have dual breath, they do have Iron Shell, and a possible acid spray out of Alchemist. But then again, I mean, that is not enough if the whole, or if a creep army is coming towards you from Chen. They will have XY rotation needed right there, and we do see that right now Jakiro with double damage is actually gonna try to do some harassment in mid lane. Actually, nice jump right here. Pounce is gonna latch, but he's not following up with a Dark Pact, not gonna damage it. And we do see from his skill build that he's actually opting for Pounce level 2 instead of maxing the Dark Pact, because what normally Western player do is in mid lane with a Slark, they do max the Dark Pact just to go in, harass with Dark Pact, jump in their tether with creeps, and then just farm and harass with the Dark Pact, dealing loads of damage right there. But we do see that XY is more or less ahead of Dandy. It's still kind of equal. It's not too bad. Nothing to worry about for Dandy right here. Dandy's sitting at 10 and 0, while we do see Slark sitting at 14 and 6. Darkseer at top lane is gonna be focused on, like, wow, that is a lot of damage coming on right out. Wow. So really nice rotation right here from Puppy once again, and Darkseer playing a little bit too ballsy. Had the living armor on him, but as you could see, a lot of right click coming out from Chavos, from the Centaur, from Puppy, and from Kuroki with the telekinesis right afterwards. As soon as he popped the Surge, obviously it's a really easy kill because telekinesis is such a good counter to the Surge. So really well done by Kuroki. Kurokai is right now sitting at boots already, so he's getting the farm he needs because boots is really important for the supports, for positional play. Havos right now is sitting at his face boots, as we do see some small rotation from XY coming out right here. We're not going to find any room, he's going to wait it, but yeah, Poppy with a haste rune is going to secure it. Right now we can check on the gold graphs. I do believe gold wise it's really going in the favor of Alchemist right now. Basically I say Alchemist because his passive, his Greevel Greeds, is gonna really just accelerate his farm by so much. It's like a free Midas more or less, and the thing is that Prophet right now is not sitting at a Midas and not farming a lot, and therefore that's why we see the gold graph going in the way of Zenith, even though we saw a first blood on Na'Vi. XP wise, however, we do see that Na'Vi is taking the lead. Small advantage right now. We'll see if that's going to be enough to secure a nice start into the early mid game, as we do approach it right now. Chen is obviously going to try to farm up his mechanism as fast as possible. Darkseer really, he's not having a bad time on top lane. He's sitting at 17 CS right now. That is a load. That is really a load. But right now we do see Havos having his face boots. That means he's going to be able to deny quite a lot of creeps, as we did see right there, and going to limit the farm of Darkseer potentially for a little bit. As we do see another go on Ice, Ice. No living armor right there. We did see the telekinesis already. Centaur is going to stun. No, it's on CD right there. So Ice is just going to get out. Oh, that was... Wow, Havos is playing ballsy, but Havos wants blood right there. He's diving against the living armor. It might be enough with 2 more attacks. It's not going to be the next attack. Is he going to dive it? Yes, he's going to dive it. There's another spectral dagger coming out of Havos, and that is the next kill on Darkseer. Really nice chase by him, but he's going to be sort of in a peculiar situation right here. I don't know. He should opt out to run out the safe way right here. Definitely not the way to stay in here. I'm pretty sure Darkseer saw it, but there's the one creep of Chen. Nice play by him, actually getting the creep from the creep wave and just securing the nice getaway for Spectre. So next kill on the top lane for Havos, that really adds to his lane, and we do see that gold wise, that XP wise, it is really dipping in towards Navi's direction. Now we do still see that as we do see a regeneration rune on bottom lane. Then he's not going to secure it. Is he going to secure it? Nice Dragon Taste done by him. Nice micro with chicken, just letting it fly everywhere. Yeah, securing the Dragon Rune. That means that he does not need to chicken on his way back. He would probably blast one more Fire Blast into the face. Nope, he's gonna actually go into Dragon form right now and just gonna go on XY, but XY actually pounces and is not gonna use... It's gonna use his ulti right now. Is he gonna use... He's not using his first spell. Really interesting choice from XY. We do see that they do play this hero in a different way than the Western do, as we do see Kuroki in some trouble right here. It's going to telekinesis Ice back, and he has living armor on him right now, so he's going to be fine in this lane. He's going to just creep skip this wave, but is going to get harassed out by Puppy, and he is probably afraid of a possible rotation by Funnick and by Havos. What he doesn't know, however, is that Havos is going back to base. Then he has probably popped his regeneration rune. Yep, he did. Already blasted a little bit more in mid lane, and he's coming back into mid lane. 25 to 4 against 29 and 14, as we do see another pounce and actually Dark Pact being used as well as his ultimate. So XY really blasting everything out he can, still having one bottle zip. Gonna have to bottle Crow right now, but a Crow actually is on the way to top lane, and that means, wow, we do see Claymore and the Voidstone on Chicken. That means that Alchemist is probably opting for, oh god, no. So we're probably going to see a Battle Fury coming out of NWP right here on the Alchemist, which is not one of those builds you normally see. Normally when you see Alchemist, it is a Shadow Blade, just opting for the attack speed, for the movement speed, but in this case, he's going to opt for the Battle Fury, just increase his farm by a lot, and we do see that he's right now sitting at 55 CS, denying 16, but that is not that important on that lane because Prophet has left the lane since a while, is farming in the jungle, trying to get his Midas, and that is what I'm talking about. Midas here in this case is going to be one of those slow Midases because he actually opted to stay the first 3 minutes in the lane, in the hard lane right there, and not getting a lot of stuff, a lot of farm done on the bottom lane, but he got some EXP with that, opted to go into the woods, which is fine, you know, but he could have opted to go into woods right away, which would have been better time for him, I guess. Anyway, XY right now sitting at Tread, sitting at Poor Man's Shield, having 2 balls right there. Interesting, getting poop balls right now. Oh no, what? What? No! Okay, then he actually dropped the bottle to Bottle Crow, and apparently with a... Wow. Too bad I missed that. I would have loved to see that. But XY apparently with a pounce actually went for the bottle steal, and he got the invis room from Dandy, and ISS is in some trouble right here. However, telekinesis is on cooldown, so we do see a rotation in from Dandy right now. And Dandy's like, okay, I cannot ball crawl, I cannot stay in mid lane, farm this, so I'm gonna purchase my treads on the top secret shop, and I'm gonna go into the lane and gonna try to actually pounce down on this tower with my mates, with Chen, with his creeps, with the next creep wave, and obviously with the dragon corrosive skin, or corrosive breath, I suppose, from the dragon form. However, we do see some pressure being exerted towards the bottom tower by Zenith, and Zenith has the acid spray on the alchemist and attack speed with his chemical rage. So there's going to be maybe a trade. We'll see if they're going to rotate out bottom lane. Havos is going to last hit this tower. A lot of cash going into his bank account right now, and that means that he's probably going to be sitting at a fast drums. Okay, he's not going to go for the fast Yasha. He's going to add up some tankiness, going to get the drums, going to get some stats, some overall nice tankability, and then he's going to probably add maybe with a poor man's shield. We'll see if he's going to purchase that. Might be needed just for that additional damage block against XY, against a lot of I mean, Alchemist obviously as a melee hero, and then is gonna up probably towards the Yasha. We'll see. I mean, the alternative would be a Radiance, but normally you do rush Radiance if you get it, or you can go into a straight Manta style, into a straight Diffusion Blade. Not quite sure what is the real approach right here. I guess the Purge would be really nice against Darkseer's Surge, and really nice to remove the buff of Overgrowth against yourself when you're in the Treant ultimate. I'm not sure if it's justifiable though as an item, because I mean obviously the Manta style is going to add a lot of survivability for you being able to Manta out of Overgrowth as well. So you know that kind of takes away the point I had before. So yeah, I guess Manta style is going to be the choice for him in this case, since he's going to be able to get out of Overgrowth and he's not going to need a Purge to remove that. And obviously Manta style is also a good pushing item, good damage item as well. Has some nice stats built into it with the ultimate orb, and therefore might be the real good decision for him. Kuroki already stole Dark Pact right here and is level 6, so he's going to be able to participate in the team fights to a big degree right now. We do obviously see Chen's Hand of God being picked up. He's getting close to his mechanism right now. When we're looking at the grass, we do see a comfortable lead for the team Alchemist, I'd say, because he's obviously one of the main reasons. Also nice pulling going out from Freedom and from Jakiro. Both are getting some farm, both have boots as well as some additional cash and room for wards basically. So right now they're leading in gold, but we do see that experience wise Na'Vi is definitely holding up. They're in a slight lead, nothing too big, but they're going to try to extend the gold lead right now, or to get back into the gold draw just by pushing. But right now we do see the work of Acid Spray right here. We do have some Wildkin harassment by the... Wow, really well played by Jakiro right there with this ward. He was able to scout out the Wildkin and basically just interrupted the stun, the Wildkin Tempest, the Tornado. Havos is going to def top lane right here against Ice, as we do see continuation of the push on bottom lane. However, NWP is farming all those streams away and is adding to his Battle Fury. He's a Battle Fury up at probably 11 minutes it was up. Wow. That is a really fast Battle Fury right there with his Grievous Greed. He's going to be farming away like a champ right now, and that is going to be a big problem for Na'Vi. He has the threats already up, so he's getting tanky as well, and is probably going to opt for a fast AC and skipping the Shadow Blade most likely. But we do see a goal right now from Kuroki. They're playing aggressive right now. They want blood. Freedom. Ice is just going down right there to Dragon Tail and to some harassment. However, we do see Ice rotating in here, already dropping right there just by Fire Blast and by Havos last hits. However, Havos is really really deep in there right now in the team fight, and NWP probably gonna blast him down with some tower hits. There's Ice. He will have another nuke. Nope, there is XY. He's gonna finish him off with Dark Pact and with Pounce. And overall, that was not a good trade for Na'Vi because they also lost Rubik. They lost Chen, even though he used his Hand of God. So this was really an overextension right there by Na'Vi, believing that nobody would TP in into bottom lane, but of course there was a rotation immediately by the supports of Team Zenith, and Funnick did not appear in bottom lane. He has opted to finish his Midas first. Is sitting at 300 gold right now, and he's gonna try to add up to his farm, get that Shadow Blade. Dandy obviously still no bottle for him, because we do... Man, this bottle crowing by the Slark with 2 bottles. He's gonna be glad he has 2 bottles. I mean, really. No, but he just stole the bottle and is showing it off in his inventory, which is really probably gonna annoy Danny by a lot. But then he seems to be fine. He's picking up his Ogre Cup right now. It's gonna opt for a BKB, and if we're gonna do a quick item check right now, as I said, we do already have the Battle Fury up by NWP, and when we look into his inventory, he already has Ogre Club as well, and 1600 in his inventory. So he's actually gonna go for the BKB to be able to survive a team fight, to not get focused out with Dragon Tail, with Telekinesis, and solid choice by him. I mean, he's going to tanky build right now, and he can still up 4 additional damage and 4 additional armor with the AC coming up next, most likely after the BKB. Well, XY right now is opting for the BKB as well, has 2 bottles in his inventory, plus already almost the whole BKB. He's just sitting merely 900 gold away from the BKB. That's going to be a big problem for Na'Vi. Na'Vi is lacking on farm right now. Zenith just farming more efficiently, more appropriately, and defending the towers when they please to do, and picking up a few heroes, because before that we did see Na'Vi in a nice lead kill wise, but they dropped 3 kills on the bottom lane right there for that push that didn't even happen. I mean, we see this tower is being healed up by the Treant with his really nice living armor, and this is something that is really annoying, and actually that is a nice counter against the pushing lineup from Na'Vi. So yeah, BKB soon up on Slark. Let's just really run through this. Ravos has his drums, obviously. He's going to be opting to get some more items as soon as possible. We'll see what way he's going to go down the road. I do believe that Manta is the correct choice in this game right now. Phonic with his Midas. We do see Kuroki with some nice boots, and we do see Puppy still being... Actually, did he pick up his mechanism? Yup, mechanism up on Puppy, so a 15-minute mechanism, not too shabby, I believe, and that will actually help him to push with his team. He will need a really nice, decent creep army. Right now, he's sitting at exactly 0.000 creeps, and they're going to smoke gang with a Chen without creeps, and they're just going to go for NWP right now, because they do think that the season is suitable right now for NWP, but they're not going to find him right now. However, they're going to try to... They're actually going to try to pursue this. They're going to check into woods right now, where they do expect him to farm this creep camp, most likely, as we do see him rotating in there. They're probably going to pop out of smoke in just a bit. Is any... NWP is going to try to come back. Oh, he actually does. Wow, nice TP from Phonic. However, that actually showed to NWP that he is going to be ganked. And he has his BKB up. He pops it right away. Kuroki is... stick charging up, is going to be sent back by Test of Faith, by Puppy, and we needed a God of Hand as well as the mechanism, so a lot of heal coming out right there, and that means that the whole team fight is already over. Spectre, however, is still in the midst of the fight, being out of position by a lot, and the whole team is backing up, so he had no chance to back off right here, and he just went in for some damage right there, and that is more or less a feat right there. Ravos not being on top of his game right now, and that means that he's going to be even further away from the possible next tier 1 item, and that is something that he really needs against his Alchemist, who has the Battle Fury up, who has the BKB up, and they're playing the Chinese perfect play game. Once again, Team Zenith right here, or the Asian, I guess I should say in this case, basically just farming whenever they want to farm, farming more efficient, and having the best map awareness / hero rotation out there available. So yeah, carrying on with the game, Ice is going to look to a little bit of push right here with his team. He has a mechanism up, which is a key item obviously for Darkseer. They will be able to stand firm against the Hand of God, against the general healing power of the Chen, healing burst I should say, and I do believe that they can force it, or they can start forcing it right now. I mean, they just need really 1 or 2 outtakes. That is the, I mean, obviously that is the optimal scenario right there. Just picking somebody off, and after that they can just go and proceed to push the tower. And right now, Puppy needs to be aware of that. He needs to check for it, and maybe even set up a Wildkin somewhere in the woods just to def this with a possible tornado. He's going to cast a tornado right there, but it's going to be cancelled by the vacuum of Ice. Ice, however, has no mana right now. Shortly he's going to have his Arcane Boots and his Soul Ring up again, and that's going to mean that he's going to be having enough mana for his spells. We do see that as we do see him surging away from a possible Dragon Tail from Dragon, but we do see him not skilling Wall of Replica at 11-11, so he's going to wait a little bit more. They do know that right now they have enough to set against Na'Vi. They do not need to force team fights, and they, I mean, in team fights, if Na'Vi would be pushing, they would be able to defend it with ease, as we did see last in the last push of Na'Vi. And Na'Vi really is facing a problem right here. They have more or less a pushing lineup, and we do see that Funnick is dropping really low right here, being harassed from XY, barely making it out with a Sprout right there. And lucky him, I have to say, picking up his threats, sitting at 1,600 gold right now, is going to be opting for the Shadow Amulet, I do believe. But yeah, as I was just saying, they do have this pushing lineup, and they do not have right now the clash ability of Team Zenith, because Team Zenith has a lot of wombo combo going on right there with Ice, with the wall, with the vacuum, with Jakiro's Ice Path, and especially, I mean, this Alchemist is already hitting like a baller. He's sitting at 2,300 gold right now. Does he have anything in the stash or on chicken? Nope, right now he doesn't. Man, this Alchemist is going to be a huge problem right now. He's sitting at 146 lasses, and I do not want to look at the graph right now. And yeah, yep. Almost 7,500 goldie right now for Team Radiant, for Team Zenith, and that is really a problem, because they're gonna have their key items up already, or I do believe they do have it already up on NWP, obviously with the BKB. We do have a really nice medallion of course being picked up by Trim Protector, just allowing it to focus down a possible target like Spectre, for example, or the DK in this case, who is the armor hero. So really nice pickup against him, because that's just gonna make his armor account for nothing, as Kuroki almost out of position right here. Gonna telekinesis his way out more or less, and this is gonna be a possible push right now from Zenith. And we do see that Freedom is playing really aggressive right now, sitting in the range of the tower. Yeah, and Zenith is actually gonna try to pressure this right here. We do still see Darkseer sitting at level 11. Excuse me. And that means that he still doesn't have Wall of Replica, and that is going to be a skill they definitely will be looking for. And we do see initiation right now by Surge. Surge into Ice Path right there. There's the stun being triggered. Kuroki is probably going to die right here. There's the Hand of God for Kuroki. Kuroki is going to try to make it out, is not going to make it out, obviously, against this huge damage output from the unstable communication. As we do see Puppey being out of position, going to be focused down by XY. XY is now in huge trouble right there. Really nice counter kill by Na'Vi, as we do see that Ice is being chased down by Funnick, by the rest of Na'Vi. And Puppey actually is making his way out right there. Is there going to be a Dragon Taste on? Yes, of course. Ice is going to go down as well. And Na'Vi fighting right there, ladies and gentlemen. This means that it's a 3-for-1 trade right there. Kuroki really being healed up a lot by Chen, dealing whatever damage he can, telekinesing up, just using his Fate Ball and everything, and really nice counter initiation by Na'Vi. I have to say, I did not expect it to go that well, but this Slark really sitting in the range of the tower, not using his Dark Pact to a really good time, being stunned up by Dandy, and being focused down obviously by the Fire Breath, by even the nuke of Chen. I mean, he used the level 4 nuke. That's a lot of freaking damage coming into his way, and really nice kill on the Slark. So yeah, overall really nice fight from Na'Vi, actually showing that they do work well, and maybe they are back into their land fever right now, playing a good game. Obviously we do hope so, because yeah, a little bit bias is there against Chinese team. Did you see next initiation from NWP? He knows Kuroki is a small little hero. He's not going to be able to do anything. He's going to have to pop BKB though, so that he's not going to be telekinesed upwards. And that means that this one BKB charge is gone once again from this Alchemist, and he's sitting at 7 seconds only. So that means that he's running through his BKB charges really fast. We're sitting at 22 minutes right now, and he already has used 3 of his BKB charges. 2, 3. Yeah, 3. Anyways, Puppey with the mechanism up right now is going to opt for Arcane Boots as soon as possible. We do see the Shadow Blade coming out from the Prophet any moment. And at that point it's going to be more or less an even farm fight, or an even pushing fight from Na'Vi. As we do see nice initiation by Freedom on Khavos. Khavos is being armored down by the Medallion of Courage, is being tethered up by the pounds, and that's just a really nice and easy kill for Zenith. However, they used Macropie, they used a lot of spells right there, and they still have no wall up on Ice, and that was one of the reasons the last team fight did not go well at all. They really need this wall to be able to fight a good fight. Na'Vi capitalized on that mistake going into fight of Team Zenith right there without a wall. And NWP already picked up. My god, he is being tanky right now. He has his HOT up, Heart of Terras purchased on Alchemist, as I do have a really weird announcer coming out of myself. Yeah, so they're pushing right now. XY opting for the... What? Slark is going for the basher. He really wants to bash some heroes up. For example, Funnick, for example, other heroes. I mean, that is more or less the items they really do need in that regard, because they... I mean, Na'Vi has a really a lot of kiteability, and those backs are going to help to focus him down. As you do see Hand of God being there, Pounce is going to hit on Puppey. Puppey in huge problem. There's the mechanism right there. Kuroki's not going to be able to do anything. There's the BKB on XY. Going to run out shortly, and they're going to chase him. Nope, not going to get him as it seems. And they're going to try to rotate into mid lane and just defend as it seems. Over there's an unstable communication being dropped by Alchemist. He's being surged in. He's going to look for Dandy. Popping BKB once again. Dandy in huge problem right now with the Ice Path. However, really nice vacuum off Kuroki. Already is going to get vacuum, counter vacuum right there. And that is a double kill going towards Zenith as it seems. However, Dandy with his BKB trying to get out. Wow, that was a BKB that is not being used well, except for getting out. I mean, at least he survives. But Navi actually leaving some feathers on the ground right there, being yeah, feathered more or less by Zenith in this team fight. 2 kills dropping 2 kills right there, Navi. So now it's we're standing at 9-7, and I do believe that Navi is XP wise still, you know, they're sitting fine. I mean, the last real engagement they had before actually led to a really nice drop off the graph going into their direction, and the only thing that is really going against them right now is the gold difference, and that doesn't seem like it's gonna really stop anytime soon. Now we do realize that there are a lot of towers dropped against Navi right now from Team Zenith. That means, you know, we only see 1 tower for Navi right here, versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 towers against Navi. So that is a lot of gold difference right there, and that means that maybe Navi is even almost at an even point right now. If you calculate those 4 towers difference, I mean that is 4,000 more or less money going into their direction. Yeah, I mean they're still ahead by a little bit, but not by that much. So as soon as Navi gets their train rolling, as soon as they get some kills, get some outtakes, and get some towers, they're gonna be back in action, back on track regarding the gold graph, I do believe. But they will first have to do that. They will first have to win those team fights, and it's looking half decent right now. Funny has the Shadow Blade right now, has 1,900 gold. I do believe he really needs that sheep. He really needs that Scythe of Ice coming up for him, because disable on Alchemist is going to be worth so much, as we do see a Roche attempt right now. And with a Medallion of Courage, really nice item for Roshing as well, and this Roche is just melting, and Navi doesn't seem to know what's going on, or if they do know, they just accept it, and they accept the fate, saying, okay, we cannot defend this right now. And that is partially to Darkseer having his wall up. Obviously you do not want to fight in the Roche pit against the freaking vacuum and a wall, against the Macropyre, against an overgrowth. Really not what you can do, not what you want to do. As you do see Navi being caught out once again, he's going to use his mechanism. Is he going to have to use his Hand of God? That's a big question. There is the bash right there. He will have to use his Hand of God. Hand of God being used, however, he's going to drop anyways, regardless. So his team is not getting any heat from a Hand of God in the near future, and XY is going to pop his BKB right now, trying to look for some blood. Not going to find any, not going to be able to hit a Dark Pounce, a Pounce, and Kuroki's just going to be out. Really nice play by him. XY already used his Pounce to get near him, and that means that he's going to be able to move back into top lane. Yep, stolen Dark Pounce, stolen the Pounce. So he's going to be leaping and limping his way towards the top tower. But I do believe that is going to be a hard defense. I'm not sure if they can. Nope, it looks like they're not even opting to do so. And Slar picking up a solo kill with a Dust of Appearance against the Prophet. Funny overstaying his welcome right there. Man. So yeah. Sheep's going to be delayed by a little bit. Scythe of Ice is going to take a while. Really needed item still. I do believe that Kuroki needs some sort of item to be able to be more mobile, so a 4-step Blink Dagger would really help him by a lot. However, he needs to stay on top of warding, and that's what he's doing right now. Really, don't ever overfarm your support and not care about the wards, because that map awareness is so crucial right now. We're dipping towards the late mid game, early late game, and it's right now minute 27, and we see Ravos actually opting for the Radiance. Nice pickup. I have not noticed that he was saving gold for so long. Wow. Gold difference, wow, that's huge. 12,000 going in the direction of Zenith. He's going to be searching, he's going to try to find the stun with his unstable configuration. However, it does not do so. He's going to get stunned in the middle of the base of Navi. This Alchemist might be a dead Alchemist, however, he has his Aegis up, and there is the rotation from Ice as Ice. Nice vacuum, nice wall right there, going to hit on everybody. However, they do bring down the Alchemist, and they have brought down Jakiro on the backyard. Spectre with his ultimate apparently, however, got killed off in mid lane after bringing down Jakiro, so he's going to be dead for a bit. No Radiance burn for them, and yeah, Alchemist got out quite easily. Yeah, Well, Danny actually picking up a Claymore right there, so that means he's going to go towards the Shadow Blade right there, getting some more attack speed, getting more movement speed. I do believe that they do need armor badly for the Spectre, making Spectre more tanky. But maybe Spectre's gonna opt for the AC, going a different path with this build. We're always interested to see different builds, obviously. And now this is an old school build right there with the Radiance. And you could actually believe that Drum of Endurance is more or less a Vanguard substitute, I'd say, because really Drum of Endurance, especially with the Permanent Shield, gives you effectively the same stat bonus, the same HP bonus as a Vanguard does, and it damage blocks you as well to a good degree, and therefore it's more or less like a Vanguard. So really a different item choice in that regard. And now he has sold his Stout Shield, however. But yeah, XY sitting at a basher right now, sitting at 3,000 gold, man. CS wise, when we're looking at it right now, we do see that Spectre is keeping up, and Prophet are keeping up as well, but they're getting outfarmed massively by the Alchemist. This Alchemist is just on fire. Let me take a look at that huge motherfucking Alchemist. He has an AC up right now. He's tanky as hell, he has HP as hell, and he's dealing damage with his Chemical Rage, obviously, because that base attack time is so small. He's just going to be dishing out the damage left and right, just slapping Dandy into his face, and basically laughing at his armor right now that he has with his passive right there, basically because AC is there, and we just see right now possible go on Dandy. However, he's going to get out after Vacuum just because the team didn't follow up. Zenith not quite sure if they want to make it go. And we do see a dagger up on Freedom. Freedom, is he going to go on Puppy? Puppy sort of being out of position, not knowing. So, however, Danny popping his Dragon Form already. It's going to be up for, well, yeah, for enough time apparently. As NWP is getting focused out right there with the Telekinesis, and they're dealing damage to him, but he's just tanking it up like no problem. Has still 2,800 life points, and that is a lot life points for an Alchemist right there. Man, this looks like that, like really Na'Vi is lacking the damage right there. They really need more damage output, and that is possibly why Dandy is going towards a Shadow Blade instead of an AC to buff that Spectre. Spectre right now sitting still at Radiance. Is he pushing out right now? No, it's Funnick who's doing the split push right there. There's a TP in from Alchemist. Alchemist gonna def this, and really your micro. Okay. Well, that is that. No micro from this Prophet. Prophet basically feeding 10 freaking Treants into the direction of NWP, and that multiplied with the Grievous Greed is a lot of money, as we do see Kuroki getting focused out right there, being out of position. Dandy now trying to help, is going to get brought down as well. This might be the first game right there if Na'Vi has no buybacks available. Puppy out of position right there as well. Are they going to be able to buy back? No money on Dragon Knight, no money on Rubik. Maybe enough money on 10 for a buyback. Yeah, we do have that ready on him, but that's not going to be enough. The Puppy is not enough. Definitely 2 def a tower, 2 def a mid lane Rex, and that means that even, I mean, they even have the Dragon Knight Illusion right now pounding on their base, and even we don't even have a Glyph of Fortification up for Na'Vi. Man, this is going to be at least 1 Rex, if not 2. Yeah, it's going to be 2 Rexes down right now, and Zenith is taking a really decisive lead right now. When we're looking at the graph, I mean, the gold lead is huge, and they actually turned it over EXP wise as well. So Zenith really showing that they're able to get more out of the farming time. They farm more efficient, they got the key items up, and Na'Vi sort of feeding here and there 1 or 2 kills, being out of position and not realizing or not having the right game plan up right now, and they don't seem like they're prepared enough right now, but they're gonna be leveling up. As we do know, Na'Vi, never underestimate Na'Vi against Chinese teams, because on LAN they do have a really strong game and mindset, and they do have Puppy, and Puppy still is more or less a mastermind when it comes down to strategic choices, and he's going to be drafting next draft for sure, as we do see 2 lanes being one for Zenith right now. So big honky donkey creeps with less money going in towards the direction of Na'Vi. It means that Danny's going to get less farm. It means that Spectre's going to get less farm. Just getting 24 to 26, I believe, or 23 to 26. That's the bounty range. As we do still see 1 wave that Havos is able to take up right now, and he's going to opt for the Heart of Terrestrial. This is the old school Spectre build right now, right there. He already has the Vitality booster. He's going to try to get towards that. Messerschmitt Reaver, what do we have right now on? We do have a Hyperstone right there for Dandy. Dandy has a Shadow Blade. Is this really No, okay, I was about to say, this is funny actually. Going towards AC, he has the Soul Curious. Nice choice of this team to go for AC. However, I do believe Scythe of Vice is really needed. I mean, yes, now Dragon Knight is tanky again. They neglected basically the AC of the opposing team, of the Alchemist. However, yeah, I mean, the overall team does really capitalize on that. But nevertheless, we do need that sheep for WP for somebody that is able. It's going to be worth a lot. However, XY is in there right now. Had to pounce up. Nice vacuum right there by him. Is Denny going to steal anything? No, Denny is actually, I'm not quite sure. There's the wall drop right now by, I do believe it was Team Zenith. Zenith, however, is on a retreat. Chavos dealing huge damage with his Radiance Burn. Freedom gonna go down as well. XY is gonna turn on Funnick. Funnick in some trouble right there. He's not gonna be able to Shadow Blade out. However, we do see that the damage is too much for Slark. He's gonna drop as well. Ice is gonna be chased right there. We do have Dendy hasting behind him with the Shadow Blade. And there's a drum being charged right there, and now he's going to come into rage. Dragon Tail is going to hit. No, they decide to not do that. Why did they decide to not do that? That's the reason right there. Alchemist, big fat Alchemist is still here. He's hitting on the tower. He has purchased the Manta style. This is some sort of Alchemist build you don't see often. Kuroki being out of position, being blasted down right there, and they chose to go for it once again afterwards. And now Chavos is going to try to TP out. Ice is almost making a move on him, and he has purchased a Blink Dagger to get a perfect ulti off from him. Alchemist already got the tower here, and this is a problem. Puppy now needs to care because he might be blasted down as well. There's a BKB charge up again on NWP, and he's gonna ghost and start to go right now. No, he's just hitting on those Rexes. Man, that chemical rage, really huge problem for Navi. And now aggro gonna be taken by Chavos. He needs to be sent back. He's gonna be sent back. Is it gonna be on time? No, it's not. He's getting lasted right there, NWP, and that means the Spectre has to buy back right there. Is going to go in with a Spectral Dagger, and NWP is not going to actually is focusing the Rex right there with his Manta style, and that's a GG call by Puppy right now, realizing they cannot afford to stand against Mega Creeps right there. And even with a really tanky and farmed Funnick and a really nice team fight of Na'Vi in the last team fight, I mean, you saw that was a really good clash by Na'Vi. They defended, and but then just got kited around, and Alchemist just went back into it and basically GG'd it by himself, and that is a GG call right there. So that means we're going to be back in the next game in a couple of moments. Man, really nice game right here. Na'Vi actually trying to come back, but not being able to do so. Huge difference in gold, and I do believe that that Alchemist pick was quite a problem for them. Really nice items, a lot of items coming out of Zenith, a lot of daggers, a lot of positional items. Overall, better team coordination and better map rotation, hero movement, and efficient farm time. So yeah, that means game number 1 is gonna be going towards Zenith. We're gonna be back in game number 2 in just a tish. I hope you enjoyed the first game. Obviously, we will be looking for a comeback of Na'Vi, and up until then, I'm just gonna play a little bit of music right here, opening with a classic.